Rent was an ugly, disgusting, low-ranked virgin adventurer. But after he gets reborn as a skeleton with an overpowered evolution skill, he becomes the strongest dungeon monster to ever exist. Fast forward to the current episode, Lorraine makes a very powerful poison for Rent. After drinking it all up, he survives without any problem. This meant that he was immune to all sorts of prisons, and his body didn't require any sleep even after becoming a ghast. However, Rent now had to drink human blood because he'd go berserk if he doesn't. Lorraine gives him a small bottle of her blood, and drinking only one drop makes his hunger subside. Rent was planning on going to the guild to get a job, but Lorraine tells him that everyone would be shocked if they saw that he got even uglier. Even though he was a bronze-ranked adventurer, the guild liked him very much. This was because he took the jobs that no one wanted, like cleaning drains and helping women stuff in washing machines. They were planning on recruiting him for the guild, as he was a very special person. However, he wasn't going to quit being an adventurer as he wanted to one day become mithril rank. He couldn't just go back looking like a burned meat stick, so Lorraine suggests that he registers with another name. After entering the guild hall, Rent looks around and sees that the place is the same as ever. He spots Sheila working at the reception and goes up to register as an adventurer. She gives him some papers and tells him to fill them out, also saying that he only needs to fill out his name as the rest will be too hard for his tiny brain. Rent couldn't take that humiliation, so he explains that he's educated enough to write. The last time he filled it was 10 years ago, which led to him being the current loser. Hopefully, this time will be different, and he'll reach mithril rank. It's usually illegal to use a different name to register as an adventurer, but nothing will happen even if he's found out since he was a VIP. Our protagonist is so smart that he changed his name from Rent to Rent.
What?
He registered himself as Rent Vivier, as a relative of Lorraine. Shelia was a bit shocked after realizing how stupid he is, but she tries to pretend that she was fooled. The woman was very worried for Rent, as he went missing a few days ago. Our MC is so dense that he doesn't realize that she has a crush on him, as he thinks that she's worried as a friend. Rent explains that he's a relative of Lorraine, and she's letting him stay at her place. There were rumors going around about a mysterious man being seen entering her house, making Shelia think that it was our protagonist. She takes the paperwork and gives him his Iron Class badge, official registering him with the guild. After entering the labyrinth, Rent comes across a duo of new adventurers. They seem to be working well, so he doesn't jump in to help. The unexplored area still wasn't discovered by anyone else, so Rent goes deeper than last time. This time he's teleported to a place where he used to like. There was a dead corpse lying on the bed when he suddenly hears a voice from behind. It was coming from a mysterious woman in a robe, asking about what he was doing. Rent senses that she was very strong, so he explains that he was just looking around. However, she thinks of this as stealing and uses a spell to slam him to the wall. His clothes were destroyed like a girl from an Isekai anime, except it wasn't very pleasing to look at. She looks at his disgusting body and feels pity. Fortunately for him, she seems to understand why he was there. As an apology for burning his clothes, the woman takes off her robe and offers it to him. This only reveals that she's flatter than the earth itself, but at least she was an elf. Her robe was worth more than his previous clothes, so I guess it was a win for the protagonist. The woman explains that the place was very precious to her, meaning that Rent had to keep it a secret from the guild. Although nobody can enter the unexplored area unless he's with them. In exchange for keeping the place between them, she offers him a map that magically records the places that the owner travels. With this, their exchange is complete, and the woman sends him back to the entrance. Afterwards, he visits Lorraine, who was surprised and how bad one's luck can be. The weirdest shit keeps happening to Rent, but the item he got doesn't seem to be cursed. The item reacts to his magic and creates the map of the labyrinth of the moon's reflection. It even marks the live location of all the people who were currently in the labyrinth, making it a potential national treasure. His robe wasn't anything short either. It has strong magic resistance and sturdier than any armor. More importantly, he needed to find out the identity of the elf milkers. Rent sensed that she was stronger than a gold-ranked adventurer, so he decides to go back to meet her again. However, upon going to the labyrinth, the entrance to the room had disappeared. This meant that she didn't want to meet him anytime soon. Elsewhere, a side character was asking Sheila if she'd heard a news about Rent. Everyone was worried about him, as he was the one who taught most of the people about adventuring. Our protagonist suddenly pops up in front of Sheila and startles her. After apologizing, he explains that he came to take on a job to hunt 3 orcs. They are strong monsters that require a peak bronze rank to defeat, so Sheila requests him to be careful. He sets off to complete his quest, and that marks the end of the video.